Well, I was born here. I'm Wiradjuri, so my people come from the Kapiti Valley. Here we were star people. Okay, we watched the stars. We were astronomers. We were dreamers, and we believed in magic. I felt that this place has had magic since time began, but for quite a long period, that magic has been taken away. Nothing had been put back.
The art of making cement goes back many thousands of years. We here at Kandos have been practising that art for the last 70 years.
The regional town of Kandos in central western New South Wales was once famous for its cement production. Known as the town that built Sydney, it provided the cement for the Sydney Harbour Bridge. The cement works closed in 2011, but around the same time an art scene was beginning to emerge. Fast forward 2 years and Cementa Festival was born. Borrowing its name from the local bumper sticker, it's a biannual celebration of the town that hosts it.
We ask artists to make work that relates to the social, the cultural, the historical or ecological context of the town itself. And I think the other part of it is the level of engagement that we attempt to achieve with our community. We want them to be participating, so how we do that is one of the things that we work on quite a bit.
And some of the artists that come out here are incredible.
So you don't mind these ring-in artists coming into town?
No, I don't. No. I reckon it's the best thing.
For 4 days, local venues fill with art, performance and installation. Not everyone in the town likes it.
Their art is their art and some of it is shit.
Or gets it.
We're not really arty sort of people, so sort of just stay away from it, I guess.
But before we go deeper into these complexities, let's check out some of the work. There's everything from this historical ice cream tribute.
I made them so they feel kind of gravelly, like a cement block, so they've got like ground up like sesame seeds in them.
To this personal family collage.
Nan was an avid newspaper cutter, and so she had whole folders for the royal family. Pet of the Week was a really big part of the Central Western Daily, which is the newspaper in orange that she would have been cutting most of these images out of.
How many was that?
Meanwhile, artist Malcolm Whitaker has taken a more hands-on approach, endeavouring to shake hands with everyone in the town.
My counter says 39. Some people have suggested that that's not many, other people have been impressed by that number.
What's your target?
I think it's 1,216 off the top of my head, people according to the last census. What's transpired is a lot of tibidness on my behalf around actually doing the deed.
You've got to be bolder. You give me that.
I feel like as an out-of-towner here in Kandos, there is something to reconcile around the sincerity of your presence as an artist, and I guess in some ways I'm being sort of ironic and silly about what I'm trying to do here, but I'm sort of deeply sincere about it and striving for meaningful engagement at the same time.
Some of the artists have responded to local landmarks in site-specific works like this one titled Swimming Pool.
Being here in Kandos has really sort of brought up a whole lot of things for people in the town and us about how we grew up, what it means to learn to swim. For us, it's a real place of coming together.
And this is a mysterious hole in the ground.
I was here Thursday about 10 o'clock and I just heard this sort of screaming noise, and there's this huge hole in the ground. So, I assume it's a meteorite.
Now, people are crowding around it as if it was an artwork.
Well, there happens to be, just by chance, the Cementa Contemporary Art Festival going on at the moment. So I think all these crowds here are mostly here to see the art. But I think this has just somehow kind of got attached to the schedule.
Now let's return to the heart of the matter. What do you think of Cementa?
It's engaging, it's activating, it's really pushing boundaries.
I don't really know what's going on. I just know the pool's shut and it's hot.
What's the reception been like, both for the locals and people coming in from out of town?
I think it's been generally positive. There's definitely been a bit of tension this time. There's been some concerns around a couple of the works. The fact that we shut down the swimming pool, some of the locals were upset about that.
I think it's disgraceful. The pools are shut, it's really hot, they can't cool down. What about the poor parents that don't have air conditioning in the house?
Other locals actually came to our defence and said this is a good thing for the town.
The town's picking up pretty well from it. The old town's been dying here because we've got no industry, and it's probably going to do more good for the town than not having it.
As far as the arts crowd coming in, I'm really loving how relaxed everybody is, how everybody seems to just be having a good time.
I'm loving it because my car broke down immediately when I got here. I'm living with strangers and they've given me a car to go to Mudgee to get car parts, and now I think I know half the town.
Regardless of how they feel about the art, everyone agrees it's a much needed injection for the town's economy.
Every bit of profit that we make goes straight back into this community because it's one of the lowest socio-economic areas in New South Wales.
It brings a lot of visitors, that don't normally come to this area, and they're quite surprised what they find.
It's fair to say that these inherent differences are a part of what makes Cementa unique. As issues are addressed and folded back into the conversation, urban and regional cultures are being invited to speak to each other.
I've now had 66 meaningful encounters.
It's maybe 5% of your overall target?
Yeah, but I've come to reassess what I'm doing here, and it's not about quantity, but rather quality.
From an artist's point of view, I think it's really enervating to be able to talk to somebody other than the bubble that you live in normally. I think it's challenging for a small town, but I think as they get more used to it, begin to understand it and accept it and participate, I think that they're coming to the table.
B-list is in Sydney.
A-list is in Candos.
A+ in Candos. Yeah, there's a lot of love here.
Yeah.
Cementa and the art movement that's happening now in the town is like-minded people who are putting the magic back. It's a really good feeling to be able to come home and see that there's people who also believe in it, who also practice it, who create magic with their art, and you can feel it.